All right, if you are debating between high ticket closing and SMMA / running an agency, maybe you're not exactly sure which schedule setup, which one is best for your desired situation, especially if you want to live abroad, work abroad, travel abroad. I just got this question from Lou in the Instagram DMs, and I'm gonna answer that question and share my honest thoughts in this video. Okay, so Lou is like, all right, I'm hard into closing now, pulling in 6,000 to 9,000 a month. It's great to get established online, but I'd love to know your thoughts and opinions on this. I guess I'm a bit concerned how great it truly is for travel, because realistically what I found so far is basically I've set aside work weeks to make the money, Monday through Friday, 10 a.m. to 5 or 6 p.m. And currently 45% of calls don't show. So I really only work 25 to 30 hours a week, but I have 40 hours blocked out the full day, right? And if no one shows in the middle of the day, I only have that 1 hour slot to go enjoy the area. Then I'm free weekends and I'm free after 5 to 6 p.m. Now you might be saying, if you're watching this video, well, yeah, dude, that's the great fucking job, better than 99% of jobs. And that's what he said in the next message. He goes, now I get this is not bad at all. This is better than 99% of jobs. But I'd love your opinion on how this time freedom compares to if I took the effort and started something like SMMA, where I can eventually outsource the work and it's completely my income. Because I also do feel like I have a boss, sales manager, and influencer owner that are on me pretty hard, daily meetings. So that brings uncomfortable pressure to where my own business wouldn't have that. I'll share my thought on that in a second. Last message he said, I truly appreciate your thoughts, or typing a voice memo, or maybe you can shoot me a call when you have 10 minutes, but realistically, just trying to see what's the best path forward for what I want, which is making $8,000 plus, working 30 or less hours, preferably on my own business, without external pressure, able to travel nicely too. So if you have had this question yourself, leave a like for the mother bleeping video, but here's my thoughts on this. Take a step back. This is a great freaking job, even though it is a 9 to 5. So this is what I would say to a past version of myself. When I first blasted off to Thailand and with Digital Nomad Dreams, I was doing Amazon FBA. To put it in perspective with an e-com thing, drop shipping or FBA, I didn't hit 5,000 a month profit until 1 to 2 years after launching the first product. And I had a business partner 50-50. And at my Amazon physical products business peak, profiting 8,000 to 10,000 a month. So that's on the total very, very high passive side. But obviously that required like actually $60,000 in the initial inventory. And that's a very special thing. Now with closing, with Lou's situation, he's making $8,000 a month. That is already in the top income bracket or whatever. And it's great. So I would say, Lou, keep chugging through this as long as you can. But it sounds like this job kind of sucks. So I would say, number one, just keep going with what you're doing. Number two, be looking for better offers. So Lou, if you haven't seen my Upwork method video, watch that. Go there, make a sick VSL video on your profile, and just check Upwork 10 minutes a day for potential better offers that are potentially higher paying and a better no-show rate. I would say always look for a better offer, because there are offers out there with way better no-show rates, and you can potentially only work 4 days a week. I think a 3-day weekend would be awesome. And you can potentially just like take random days off whenever you want. Like, hey, next week I'm gonna take all the way off. Like the owner, your client could be cool with that. Every situation is a different situation. So check Upwork. It takes literally 10 minutes a day. Plus you're gonna be building up that Upwork profile as a long-term inbound client, getting funnel for years to come. And even if you choose to do agency later, your Upwork profile will still have all the reviews. Just create a sub profile with your new service, whatever you wanna offer. So keep going, keep stacking that cheese. It's a great fucking job. Always be looking at better offers. Maybe you can hop onto one. Okay, now let's talk about doing an agency business versus doing closing. First things first, long term, we all want to own a business. Of course, it's the only way to get rich. We don't want to be trading our time for money the rest of our lives. That's what closing is. But the beauty about being a remote closer is because exactly what Lou is doing. That's amazing for a 20-something, even a 30-something to be making $100K a year. That's $8,000 a month. That's an amazing job with only 30 hours a week. And you can be anywhere, okay? That's a fucking dream job, okay? That's why closing is so sick. So you can save half of that money, hopefully, every month on the weekends, and after 5-6 p.m. be looking into side hustles that you want to do, looking into businesses that you want to start building, and start building that business after 5-6 p.m. and on the weekends. That's how it's going to happen. So it's either that or you save up money for as long as you can. Don't side hustle nights and weekends, and just totally leave closing and then go full-time into starting and building your side hustle. Those are two different options there. But of course, long-term, you want to know what business. Think about what business you want to get rich off of, become a millionaire, get to $100K a month. All right, is running an agency the business for you? So I've been running an agency for the past 5 years. An agency is just a people business. If you hate having scheduled calls, if you hate managing people, if you hate chit-chatting with clients, if that's not your thing, then do not start building an agency. Now, if you are already doing closing, then you already are a people person, right? So if this is something that you think you can do, then totally do it. Starting my agency was a great choice looking in hindsight. We crossed 50K in MRR year 3. We're a team of 5 in the US and 10 in the Philippines. My day-to-day is like managing my lead gen and client acquisition VAs, like replying to Skype messages, replying to Slack messages. And the key to actually crossing the 10K and then onwards to the 50K MRR was finding another version of myself, finding another Amazon expert to run our internal operations. So I was lucky to find Ryan, who runs our whole US team, all of our account managers, and delivers the results. I get the clients in the door. So I'm like the Gary V of the agency. I'm outward facing. I'm doing the YouTube, the LinkedIn, the cold email campaigns. And of course I have VAs, assistants that help me with that. So running an agency, the first big milestone that you're going to want to get to is find your duplicate of yourself. And that may be a partner from the get-go, like a 50-50 partner, or just found it yourself. Start freelancing on Upwork. That's how I built my agency. I just started as a freelance person. I started offering Amazon ads management for $300 a month, did a few, then bumped it up to $500 a month, then $750, then $1,000 a month, then $1,250, then $1,500, and now we're starting at $2K a month. And we started at $2K a month probably year 4, $1,500 a month in year 3, and it was just a linear increase. As soon as the more case studies and testimonials you build up and the more confidence you get, you just start raising your price. So an agency is a great business in terms of it's been relatively stable business. You might be worrying about profit margins. 30 to 40% profit margin is good, and that's about where we are. Of course, your biggest expense is your team members. But at first, you're just basically a freelancer. You're getting the retainers on management. So SMMA, social media management agency, you're managing their social media just yourself. And then you're gonna probably hire some VAs to do the most repetitive, monotonous work. And then as soon as you have the budget for it, hire your next American guy, hire your next Western guy or senior strategist, account manager, client manager person. Now, if you already have a bunch of money saved up from your closing, then you can do that sooner. And that's a big key. So you could do something like this, start freelancing, do all of the, let's say it's just Instagram management, Instagram growth, do it all yourself so you know how everything works. You need to legitimately be the expert. And so think about that when you're choosing what your services you want to offer. Do I want to dedicate the next 5 years of my life to just like studying and being the absolute fucking genius expert on Instagram growth? And you should even have a niche within the niche, like Instagram Reels for, health and wellness influencers. That's for another video. If you would like for me to do a whole video on what I think are the best niches / services to offer as starting an agency, let me know in the comments. What I'm getting at is agency is a slow burn. Do not expect to make $8,000 a month profit. That will be a 2 to 3 year plan, because that means you need to get to 15 clients at $1,500 a month. Now, $1,500 a month, it's a good price point, but when you're just starting, no case studies, testimonials, you're probably gonna wanna start at $500 a month, $300 a month, Hormozy it to get your first 5 clients, right? And then ramp up over the first year or two to $1,500 a month. Anyways, Riley is running an agency. Is it passive income? Can I have my whole day free to do what I want? Now, yes and no. Yes, you can structure your whole day how you want it because you're your own boss. If you want to do your team calls at night or in the early morning, team calls and client calls, and if you want to get your work done in the middle of the night or just from 1 to 3, that's fine. But it doesn't mean it's passive income. If you're looking for a passive income thing, agency is not a passive income thing. When I think of a passive income thing, I think of something that can be run totally with VAs, totally with assistants, with your brain like not having to think about it at all. Is an agency passive up here? No. There's a lot of strategy. You're gonna have to be like going to agency masterminds like I just did this weekend. I went to a big mastermind here in Bangkok. You're gonna have to be totally thinking about where do I get my next client, how to build your brand, how to make your website awesome, it's setting up a whole fucking business. And you're a CEO and there's a lot of shit to do. Every day, like I wake up, I'm like, fuck, there's lots of shit to do. What do I even do first? So it's just gonna be you as a CEO and it's a business. We're trying to get clients and bigger clients, manage their social media. And are you gonna be able to hire like another senior guy to run the whole thing? Maybe. That's actually what I'm working on. I'm working on hiring my next senior level American guy to head up lead gen and client acquisition for us to kind of replace my main day-to-day thing so I can just focus on YouTube videos. But I'm still gonna be focusing on YouTube videos because it's getting us clients. Now, could I, if I wanted to, hire another guy to run the YouTube channel and make Ryan CEO, or maybe hire an additional guy for CEO, and then I become like a passive owner of it and just get on like 1 call a month with Ryan, who's now the new CEO? In theory, yeah, but in reality, you are the true owner of the company. When there's a crisis issue, it always comes up to you. And if you did that, probably it's common you're gonna give some equity to those guys. Like, all right, you run the company, like I'm gonna go build my skateboarding business. Now, it's totally possible. It's totally possible. Anything in business is possible. It's just life. It's just a series of communications, right? So it's possible to run it like a CEO, run it like a 4-hour work week, only, have your team just let you know what's going on. Hey, you guys run the agency, you found it, and then go work on the next thing. That's definitely possible. Have I met agency owners where that's the case? No, I haven't. I did do a podcast with a guy called Mike Mall. Check out my podcast for the episode. He actually helps agency owners outsource and do what I just said, hire senior level people to eventually only have it 1 call a week where like the team tells you what's going on and kind of run it like a true passive CEO. So that's my spiel on running an agency, what it actually looks like versus being a closer. So closer is fast money, cash money millionaires from the 99 to the 2000s. Running an agency is a real business, lots of moving parts, but you can scale it up. So we actually recently this year, we crossed into the 70Ks of MRR, 30 to 40% profit margins. Now, if you want to make it the simplest agency possible, choose just one little service. Like, it's a stupid example, but like we optimize your link in bio. You know what I mean? Just one little thing, that's gonna be like a simple agency service. But then again, that's not a monthly recurring thing. If you're gonna do an agency, you wanna make it a monthly recurring thing. That's what makes agency so good, is to have clients on paying you $1,000 a month, $1,500 a month, $2,000 a month. Something that they pay you month in, month out. That's the whole point. The only number I care about is MRR. Let me know what you guys think about that. What is your situation? So I hope that makes it very fucking clear that if you're getting started and you just want to quit your job, an agency is a 2-year game plan to make full-time income. Let's call that 5K a month profit. So you need to cross 10K a month in consistent income as an agency owner to hit 5K a month profit to quit your job. That's a 2-year plan. The quit your job with high ticket closing plan, that's like a 2-month plan. You can do that in 2 months. As you've seen, my interviews with Tom and the other case study that I just posted, he did the same thing. He's just started his Upwork profile, got my Upwork course, and then got hired within 3 days. First day on the job, made $750 commission, I'm blanking for his name. But anyways, hopefully that was helpful, dudes. If you stayed all the way to the end, then yo, bro fist, ask me questions in the comments. I'll try to get to them. And if you're not in the Discord, come join the Discord. All right, now I need to send this to Lou. Peace, yo.